G'day guys, welcome to a new episode of Bogans Guide to Wine. I'm Sampy.
He's Poller.
And he's cue ball, man. I'm amazed.
We've got another wine and food pairing episode to do today. And as the old pulled pork slide is a bit popular,
On a match of peck.
I've made some homemade pulled pork because I'm pretty good at the old pulled pork.
Yeah, he's pretty good at pulling over pork from what I've heard.
Open those doors way up.
Big door. Have a go.
Big stuff up on my part. But anyway,
Yes,
I've made
same
some lovely Mexi sort of style pulled pork sliders
Aye.
here. We got so it's just pulled pork, a bit of salsa, and some secret ingredients, and a bit of coleslaw. It's a very typical sort of slider you'd find at a restaurant or bar. Okay, so we're gonna find out which wine you should choose when ordering a pulled pork slider.
Right.
So, what white are we going to start with here, Brian?
We've got a Riesling, the king of wines.
The king of wines.
Yes, and it's to be determined by which angle of the mountain it's been grown upon. Isn't that right?
If you say so.
Well, it's German.
Who's it by? Who's our Riesling from?
It's from Willoughby.
Willoughby.
Obviously a good German brand.
I reckon there's more to that name than that. It's Willoughby Park. Come on.
Willoughby Park.
I'm going to sack you if you don't do the job properly. And more importantly, you'll be more interested in the rosé, so you can take the rosé as well.
Okay, the rosé is a Petrucci and Son, and it's a McLaren Vale rosé, so that means it's got some pedigree. But
Petrucci and Son, okay.
yes, look at that. And look at the label on that.
I'm going to say it's Sabella. Because it's got Sabella on the label down here, and we've had some other wines come in from these guys. So I think it's Sabella, and it might be the, what'd you say? Petrucci and Son
Is
sub-brand
some
or something.
historical thing
Okay,
with
that's trying to confuse us, so that's fine.
And that's succeeded.
And we've got, what's the other side?
We've got a couple of reds here, mate. From the Paul Wine Company, we have the El Desperado, which is a Tempranillo Shiraz Sangiovese blend.
Okay.
Which is
interesting.
I've had this before. It's a wonderfully quirky little blend, and it's really, really pleasant.
Excellent.
And then next to that, in the slender bottle, we have from Robinvale a organic Cab Sav.
Organic Cab Sav. And now this is a liqueur, so it's more. It's not a sticky, but it's a liqueur based around
Small oak cask release
from 2003, mate. So this has got a little bit of age on too. So this is a 15-year-old special release, la-di-da. So let's
get into it.
Right.
All right. So I'll just issue you all with your slider. There you go.
Thank you.
Your juicy looking bloody thing.
Nitrate gloves.
There you go.
Lovely. Quality standards going on.
Take mine there, and there's some dregs left over for the audience if they want to pick up the little bits. All right. So, look,
Geez, you're doing well.
I'll just say that.
Go yourself the biggest thing.
Well, there was the middle bit.
Or we'll swap them.
No.
No.
I'll make a good pulled pork. All right. Let's have a little bite of our slider.
And what are we starting with?
Keeping in mind we have 4 wines and we want to go back for it a couple of times, so don't completely demolish it. And then we'll try the Riesling.
Shall we start with the Riesling?
Start with the Riesling.
What do you think the legs are on this slide?
Sexy because I made them.
Okay, really.
Okay, my first thoughts, the Riesling is not going to work with the slider at all. As soon as I taste it though, it's not terrible. Or do I have an objecting?
I think there's maybe a bit too much sweetness in the Riesling to really work well with the pork.
I was actually thinking maybe the sweetness brought the sweetness of the pork out a little bit.
It does, but the sweetness of the wine seems to overpower it somewhat for me.
What are your thoughts?
I think the coleslaw's good. And, when
You dissing my pulled pork, son?
No, I think the coleslaw's really good, and there's a lot been written about coleslaw and Riesling, and I think this actually the Riesling pulls out the slawiness in the coal. and it's really, really good. And I agree with people here. The sweetness is spot on. I think it enhances it. I'm surprised they don't come with a little
for me, the
package on
sweetness of the
bottom.
wine distracts from the pork. It's not quite working. Like it's there, but
It's a contender. We're not going to write it off straight away.
I'm not gonna write it off.
It's certainly not a no. That does not work at all. It's a contender. So let's try the have another little
Onto the
taste
rosé.
and have the rosé.
I'm just neutralising it.
Okay, straight up. No, I'm out. Doesn't
It's too sour, isn't it?
it doesn't work with the rosé at all? I don't think, or this particular one. Once again, this is no judgment on the wine itself. This is how it pairs with the food in hand. But
No, it doesn't work for me.
it doesn't work for you. What about you? You're the rosé
I must
boy.
admit, I'm a rosé chappy, and it doesn't work for me. It leaves it rather watery and bland.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It
It
doesn't
doesn't.
have the punch to take on the.
This doesn't enhance the rosé. The rosé doesn't enhance this. They sort of cancel each other
enhancement,
out.
no,
So
no.
okay, so rosé's out.
Look, quick sniff. The rosé itself could be great, but just not working with this.
Yeah, as I do. I'm sure every single one of these wines are sensational on their own. But all right, let's move on to the red blend.
So the Cab Sav is the last one.
Yep.
Right, so we're into the blend.
Okay, it didn't match up quite as well as I was expecting, but it's definitely better than the rosé. But I'm going to have to come back and have a taste against the Riesling.
Against the Riesling, yes.
There's
that's
a
right.
nice pepperiness with that though,
Yeah, yeah.
which
Yeah, but do you think the pepperiness helps?
kind of works, but I'm not sure.
All right, well, let's keep on trucking and
Now
try
for
this
the
amazingly
serious
bloody yum
liqueur-y
yum.
thing. So lots of drooling going on in the audience.
Because they don't have sliders. So oh, the smell of this is just awesome.
That's right. We're on sliders. The audience is on corn chips. You see the power of media?
Okay. Normally, as I said, at the McDonald's tasting, I'll take this place sunglasses off. That's sweet. At the when we had the McDonald's cheeseburger tasting, I was saying how the liqueur, porty sort of ones generally punch things up a bit. This works better than
Yes.
that.
Either of those, it works better than either.
All right, so we take the rosé out.
Take the rosé out. The rosé is
Take
not
that.
working, so
I'll have it
we-
later on.
you can have it later.
I've still got a bit here. We can do
Yeah,
a bit
yeah.
more comparison.
So have I.
So, time for a quick little in your own
And
time.
I
Just a little
think
tasting.
maybe the Desperado is out here as well.
All right, okay. I'm not going to write the Desperado off just yet.
Oh no, I've written the Desperado off completely.
No, not completely.
Well, I'll have another taste, but
I'm surprised how well this Riesling's going with it, to be honest.
I'm not.
You're not digging the Riesling? Or you're not surprised?
I'm not surprised how it goes because it's refreshing. It's not meant to overpower the burger, is it? It's not meant to just put the burger there. It's meant to come and support the burger or the slider, which it does.
And the red's not supporting it?
This is
I'm
bland,
surprised.
right?
If I was going to lay a bet, I would have said the red would have been the best match for that, but we'll go back and try the liqueur. I'm torn. This-
I'm leaning towards the Riesling mainly because there's a lot going on with that
Yeah.
Cabernet liqueur.
It's
I think the
interrupting.
Riesling just doesn't take away as much. So I'm thinking that.
This distracts you from the actual burger itself.
Yes, because that's just
The liqueur port's
Such
too
a-
big. It's too big for
that's
it.
such a gloriously phenomenal drop.
So I'm
It's
starting.
taken too much away from it.
So I'm thinking we might have a unanimous decision on the Riesling here.
The Riesling, that's right.
The underdogs come through and.
Oh, but you can't say Riesling's the underdog, really.
Or,
can you?
when you're eating. No, I guess I know. I heard
That's an
murmurs.
awfully.
I heard murmurs in the peanut gallery here saying that pork's more of a white meat, and the usual rule is white meat or fish,
White wine, white meat.
but that's a fallacy. It's not actually true. But in this case, excuse me, I'm digging the Riesling. Any objections?
No, absolutely
overall?
none at all.
No,
I'll
none
agree
at
with
all.
you on this.
So
And
there's nothing to argue about. It actually turned out to be quite a dull episode.
We're not saying it's definitive that you should have a Riesling with your pulled pork sliders.
I am.
Because I would like to put that against a Pinot with this.
Off you go, Jason. Off to the shed.
Actually, no, you're dead right.
Pinot with pork works incredibly. Oh, hang on a minute.
Is that a Pinot? Okay.
Here's some we prepared earlier.
Pinot from the Pinot Gallery.
Well, hang on a
Very
minute.
clever.
There's not much pork left in this bit of bread that I've got,
I'll jump
but
over here.
there's some on the plate here. So,
No, I'm still Team Riesling. Some random unnamed Pinot.
they both work though.
They both work.
They
The
both
Pinot,
work.
the Pinot works.
If you had to make a call between the Riesling
I'm
and the
team
Pinot,
Riesling, I'm afraid.
it'd be a tougher decision. But out of the four that we've
Ones
started
we've got
with, the Riesling I think wins out of the four that we started with. The Pinot does work quite well. For me,
The Riesling's a nice contrast to the spiciness of the slider everything.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
these
absolutely.
are quite mixy orientated. Like we've got the little mixy beans here. And so yeah, simple, done. Episode's over.
Yes.
If you're gonna get yourself a slider and you want to match it with a one that's have a crack at a Riesling
Yes.
because it is good.
and that is probably a medium sweet. There's
I don't think we cracked. I don't think we actually cracked the wine that goes perfectly with a slider. I think
no,
I'm
no.
sure to check.
But he's right, you know. I think I need a second opinion
Yes,
here
that's
as well
right.
because it is a sweeter Riesling.
so. There you go, guys. We can knock this episode on the head
Yes.
pretty quickly because not
That's
much to
good.
say.
Bogans Guide to Food is on your way. Great.
Okay, till next time.
Yes.
This is in Bogans Guide to Wine. Well done, Willoughby Park. You
Yes.
win today's wine and food pairing.
We've
Till-
got it all in us.
Till next time. Get it in us.
Betty, bye.
Now you can rock your very own Bogans Guide to Wine t-shirt. Visit bogansguidetowine.com.au. Get it on ya.
Alright, porch. Porch and sliders, or not sliders, burrito taco style for everybody.